Hi, my name is Patricia, and this is the Patricia Show. Thank you for tuning in. Please press subscribe, like, and share. I'm always on Google, like searching for just, I don't know, I just be on there. I don't even know what I was looking up searching on there. And I found this first it was a lady I had found, and then it's like their whole family is into hoodoo and voodoo. And so I went on their website, looked at the stuff they had and their Instagram. I was really surprised that it was so many people that were following them or buying products and from them. So I decided to look at some of their products to see what they were selling. And, you know, they were selling stuff like to different oils and stuff like that to bring your loved one close to you. When your loved one, I mean your mate. They had some type of oil that bring an, your love back to you, or if you or any past relationships back into your life, and I guess make them desire you more, is to give you more attention. And then obviously they had some, you had some for money, different stuff for money, and different candles and oils and things for money. And they were saying that they stuff worked fast, and they were also giving like some type of ritual ceremonies. And the ritual ceremonies were basically for the same thing. If you want to attract love to you, attract money to you, for protection, bad luck, etc. What really surprised me is that the amount of people that were really, really like going after this. One of the websites, because remember I said it was I guess everybody in their family does this. So I think I went to like three of the different family members' website. I didn't go to all of them. I don't think you could go. Well, I guess you can go to all of them, but it's a pretty large family. But they are cleaning up. Let me tell you, they're making buckets of money. But again, this is what the reason I'm telling you this is because nowadays people want things. They don't want to work for things. You know what I mean? They want things to come fast to them, like yesterday, and they don't really care how they get it. And they also, they be in these love relationships, and then if they break up or whatever, if the man break up or the man is cheating or whatever, they want, or the woman's cheating, they want to do something to stop it, which is controlling people. Now, because they have some stuff about that too. They do different spells to keep your mate from cheating on you and things like that. The thing is that when you do stuff like that, you don't realize that there's a downside to that. I mean, yeah, you might burn a candle or get a spell or whatever, do a ritual on somebody, and they'll come around, and you might even get in a relationship for them for a while. But there is a downside. If that, I've seen this. I had a friend like years ago, and she would always do something in relationships to the man before she even knew if it was going to work out. And I asked her, why you don't even know. The relationship could be a good relationship. You have to wait and see. She says, well, no, I'm doing this for assurance. She want to make sure this is a good relationship. Oh my God. So she would do these different things, put oils on and dish and certain things that would make the man be drawn to her. But what ended up happening is that the man would eventually turn against her and be extremely frustrated, and to me just talk to her with totally disrespect and like he hated her. And I found out later from my spiritual godmother, I found out that that was happening because apparently when she was constantly putting the spells on this man, the man didn't want to be with her, but he didn't know why he kept being drawn back to her. And eventually their mood changed and they start hating you because they don't know why you're there with, they don't know why they keep being drawn back to you. You know what I mean? And so that frustration turns into hatred towards you. And to me, it's like she didn't even care that the man was hating her, as long as she could do this stuff and burn these candles to keep him there with her. But that's not love. You know, you're making somebody do something against their will. You are creating some heavy karma that you are going to have to repay. Not too long ago, this lady called me and she was just telling me, you know, she's somebody in my family actually, and she was telling me how she had been in and out this relationship with this man for 15 years. And when she was telling me about the man, to me it sounded like, you know, he hated her the way she was telling me. So I heard them on the phone one day arguing. And I don't know, he just was doing just what this lady, this lady boyfriend was doing. I just told you about years ago. This man was acting the same way. And she was saying, if you don't want to be here, you could leave and this and that. But they would break up, but he'd come right back. So it reminded me of the lady I just told you about. So I asked her, have you been doing anything unnatural to this man? And she says, well, yeah, I was putting little spells and stuff on him. And I said, that's why he acts like, I said, can you see that he acts like he hates you? She said, yes, and I don't understand that. Because, you know, he'll tell me he loved me, but his action is like he really hate me. And I explained to her, it's because you're making him do something against his will that he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to be there with you. But for some reason, he keeps coming back. He doesn't know what's going on. So he's thinking, well, maybe I do really deep down there somewhere care about her because I keep coming back. And then when he gets with you, the only thing he sees is hatred and rage because inside he really doesn't want to be there. So I explained this to her and I said, that's when you put these curses, that's what you get, because you're doing something against somebody's will. They don't want to be there. And I said, why would you want somebody who don't want you anyway? So she said that she was really surprised and said she didn't know that. Because she really felt, even her son's girlfriend, I guess, had came by and she was there one day when they were arguing, and she even said, wow, why does he act like he hates you? And so when I told her that, she says she's not going to do anything else to him, and they broke up. I don't know if she's just going to continue to let him go. I don't know. But the last I heard a few weeks ago, she had broke up with him. But she told me that they actually have been going back and forth like this for 15 years. I mean, some of you, is your self-esteem that bad that you have to put a curse or make somebody be with you that don't really want to be with you? Do you feel that bad about yourself? You know what I mean? It is much better to turn to your I am self within you and do affirmations for your I am self, which is your God self, whatever you call, God. For God to bring you someone who does love you or will learn to love you, and someone who wants to be with you instead of you going to do this stuff unnaturally. Now, it may be true that when you do the stuff unnaturally, you may see results, whatever it is you're doing. You might see results in 1 or 2 weeks. That may be true. But when you're doing affirmations for money, sometimes, you do see things. I've had people say they do see things in their money change within 1 or 2 weeks. Some of them 30 days. So you're getting the results. You're getting the results. I don't know how long when you do this conjuring work or whatever it is. I don't know how long when you get the money, like how long that money keeps coming to you. I don't really know about that, but I know that when you're doing affirmation work, you only doing it for the first 30 days. Well, 90 days. The first time you do it, I always tell you to do it for 90 days. And then, like, let's say you stop doing it after a year, and then your money stopped and you want your money to come back in. You don't even have to do it that time for 90 days. When you first start doing it, you'll start seeing results. Like, you might see results in 2 or 3 days after you've done that initial 90 days. There are consequences to your action. There are karmas. When you do spells and things to get a love in your life, don't think for 1 minute that you're not going to pay that karma back, because you are. You'll get in a situation of somebody will try to control you. So before you decide to do things like that, I mean, you need to really sit down and think about it. Think about the consequences that's going to come to you in the future if you're trying to get somebody to love you that doesn't really love you. Because let me tell you something, you can't make people love you. That's the thing, you can't. And I used to tell the client that I was telling you earlier, but I used to tell her, don't you feel bad that even if he was to stay with you, don't you feel bad because you realizing that he's only here because I'm doing something to make him stay here? She says, no, I don't even think about that. I said, that's because after a while, it's like she goes into this delusional state and think the man is there because he want to be. She forgets that she been doing something to this man the whole time to make him be there. You see what I'm saying? She just forgets about that and then thinks, oh, he's there. He's there because he want to be. Wake up, people. Love yourself enough that you are not going to try to do something to somebody unnatural so they'll be with you. Because I'm telling you, there are heavy consequences you have to pay for that. When you do stuff like that, you are like your energy, like your karma is lessons that you have to learn. But you did this to somebody else. Somebody's going to do it to you. Now, it might not come the way, it might not look the way you think it's going to look. Like, for instance, if you're doing something to somebody, you put a curse or something on them to love you, maybe somebody won't come back and put a curse on you. Maybe they'll do something else. This is the God's truth. I know this lady who she was a practitioner, and she used to do work like that. And then she wanted to get out of that and just go, just line and be in line with her I am presence. Let me tell you something. You know what happened to her? A spirit attached themselves to her. I'm not lying. A spirit attached themselves to this girl. And it really had her under control. You know what I mean? It wouldn't leave. She would go pay all this money to get it to leave, and it wouldn't leave. So to me, it was like she did this work for people so that they can control people. And so now something had came in her life that was controlling her. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it was a spirit that was there. I could see energy and stuff, and spirits and stuff like that. It was a spirit with her. But she knew it was because she called and told me what was going on. So she didn't get her karma back from somebody putting a curse on her or whatever. She got her karma back because a spirit attached themselves to her. I don't know what happened to her, but I know for 11 years when I was talking to her on and off, she was still struggling to get out of this situation with this spirit. Her luck was bad and everything, because when you got something like that attached to you, your luck and everything be bad. Anyway, this tape is fixing to go out. So I just wanted to kind of briefly talk to you about that, to tell you, think about it before you decide to go do something like that. Rely on your God self. It is there to help you with whatever you need. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in to the Patricia Show.